At that same press conference, homicide investigators also faced questions about the killing of two Surrey high school students from earlier this week. Jason Jetty and Jesse Bungal were found dead near 40th Avenue in the Campbell Heights neighborhood Monday night. Police told reporters that they're still in the early stages of their investigation and renewed their plea for anyone with information to come forward.
A lot of people are shocked, but again, they could have that information that could help us really build a timeline, determine what happened, who they were meeting with, what they were doing leading up to the discovery of their bodies in South Surrey. So we're hoping that once they've kind of calmed and the shock has kind of subsided, that they would reach out and speak with our investigators.
With so many questions still unanswered in the boys' deaths, parents in the community are not only searching for answers, they're also looking for ways to keep their children from meeting the same tragic fate. Tina Lovegreen has more on that part of the story.
Not only are parents still in shock, they're also concerned. I spoke to one parent whose child was friends with the two victims, and he turned to me and said, "What am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to protect my child?" And so we put that question to the experts.
It's a conversation documentary maker Manny Amar has been having for years. But now he's talking about younger and younger victims.
Now we're seeing the street level gangsters, the gangster wannabes, the dollar dopers, or people who are involved on some level are getting shot up.
Investigators say the two teens killed were not known to police, but the shootings were targeted. Amar says there is a growing concern that kids are being recruited at a younger age.
I know personally there's 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds that carry guns.
The Combined Forces Special Enforcement Unit doesn't keep a running tally of the ages of known gangsters, but it does track the age of gang-related homicides. Over the last years, the average age of victims across BC was 30. In Surrey and Abbotsford, politicians and police have held numerous press conferences and held dozens of forums, trying to get a handle of young South Asian men being caught up in the fast life. One expert says it's because parents don't want to believe it could be their kid.
Until they receive some kind of evidence which supports or corroborates the claim that their child is involved in this kind of criminal activity. Once they learn that, that's where the second tier kicks in. Well, how can we hide this? Because it's a shame name game.
Dosanjh runs free anti-gang programs, and he says parents need to have an ongoing conversation. Otherwise, there's no hope.
If your child is engaged in that criminal or destructive lifestyle, there'll be some obvious red flags and signs. Parents need to be on the lookout for that. And more importantly, there's a lot of help that's available out there.
The main message is that conversations around this issue need to happen year-round, not just when high-profile incidents like this are in the spotlight. Tina Lovegreen, CBC News, Surrey.